Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to listen to Mr. Mbalula. We all know that there's a lot that is going on in South Africa. Obviously, there's no way he can keep quiet because, of course, he has to say something, right? He's always on TV, so he has to say something. Let's take a listen to him now. What you are going to pick up the questions, okay? Because that's what I'm interested in. This thing of speeches and statement, you can go and watch that. I want the question so that you can share when he answers, okay? Do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you've been watching my videos, you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the notification button so that every time I upload, you get a notification so that you can watch. All right? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And before I go, please like the video. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, okay? Let's get to it, ladies and gents.
Thank you very much for the questions.
I drinks, Baba. It's like
SABC.
Too much.
When will Senzo appear before the Integrity Commission? Senzo and whoever implicated will appear before the Integrity Commission, and the Integrity Commission does not announce its work. But I can assure you that they will appear before the Integrity Commission, and it might be as we speak already they've appeared. We don't keep track of that work of appearance of individuals because for every NEC meeting, the Integrity Committee reports to the NEC on the cases that they've undertaken. We have just finalized the terms of reference as adopted by the NEC for the Integrity Commission. Integrity Commission now is in the process of convening a national workshop on ethics and integrity for ANC members nationally and establishing provincial integrity commissions in all the 9 provinces. There were integrity commissions in the provinces, but they did not undergo the process of following the guidelines of establishing such commissions, of which one of the requirements is that before you establish an integrity commission in the province, it must be vetted and approved by the National Integrity. So since the terms of reference have been finalized, of which we have circulated to all structures, so these meetings, the establishment of provincial commissions will be established, and all of us will undergo this particular workshop. But part of the foundation course we are doing for our members has got an element in it, or in that syllabus, matters of integrity and ethics in terms of that work. So Comrade Senzo will appear before the Integrity Commission, and all other members who are required by all standards to either voluntarily present themselves, or they will then be summoned by the Integrity Commission. And then we'll keep you abreast about the outcome once the NEC have received the reports on those matters. Brian Mokgotsi is a reflection of a bad ANC member, if he is, because he is implicated on siphoning money in the name of the ANC. ANC can't associate itself with such bad behavior. Siphoning money in the reports and all of that, involved in this and that, illegal missions and all of that. ANC can't pride itself of such people if they are its members. And they will face the full wrath of the ANC and accountability from the side of the party. We are a big organization, so he is just but one of others who behave like that. And that is why the question of money in our organization has generally become one of the things that the Electoral Commission is addressing. But it's not through workshops, it's what action we're going to take. Because we know money has been exchanging hands, and characters such as this who claim ANC membership and they don't understand what it means to be a member of the ANC have done deeds that are beyond imagination. I can tell you, we will never associate ourselves with characters like Brian Mokgotsi if he's a member of the ANC and his activities. He must account about that, and the ANC will stand up to such characters who pride themselves openly and publicly about the pride of being involved in things that do not raise the name of the ANC in good stead. Notwithstanding his right as a citizen in terms of the matters he's implicated in, because
Hey, to be honest, I think the ANC, they woke up very late. I think they woke up very, very, very late, unfortunately. You know, at least if it was maybe 15 years back, you know, now it's 30 years, right? If it was half of these 30 years, I think it could have been better. Hey, but now, it's too late, my guy. It's too late.
David.M requires that he must be listened to. But for the party like ours, we can't have such elements in the organization running amok. And you can see there's no fear in his face, no the pride of being an ANC member. And he throws it like as if it's a cheap thing. ANC, yes, I'm a member. I did this and did that. Yes, there's nothing wrong connecting with so and so. And all of that and so on. I do have relations with them. Not in our name. Not in our name. The ANC can't associate ourselves with such dubious characters. And so on. And we pride ourselves of them. That they carry the emblem of that they once or they are members of our organization. Yeah. The people are telling us out there very clearly. We trust the ideas of what the ANC stand for, but we don't trust the vehicle. Who are the people who are battering this vehicle? It's characters like those. Matlala, it's not even an issue where we have to dig. They must face the law where they are and their associations and all of that. Even if it means those associates are in the ANC, they must be rooted out. They must be smoked out because that association is wrong. It can't be associated with the movement. Use the ANC as a cover for criminal activity. If it happened, and it is now been reported, it is alleged, and such characters have misused the name of our organization, they must be brought to book, and the law must grind. And they must face the full might of the law in terms of their criminal activities. It has got nothing with our movement. We know of such characters who have abused the name. It's not only them. There are some in the system who have abused the good name of the ANC for their criminal activities. Sometimes to the detriment of the organization, but without knowledge of even the people they claim to be representing. Somebody will go around and say, Minister so-and-so have mandated me and all of that. You meet people around and then they say, hey, I intervened for this and that. And the money has gone into the pockets of criminals. We know that our organization is infiltrated by criminal elements and it extends to cartels. Sometimes not in the knowledge of comrades who are in positions of leadership. And they've become victims of these criminals. If this is the moment to get rid of such, let it be. And if Zondo Commission is going to help us exorcise in the system of the ANC by extension such criminal elements, let this opportunity not be missed by such. But I can tell you, on behalf of the ANC, criminal elements who are throwing our name as a movement and the ANC in vain will never be tolerated, even for a day in our party. And at the present moment is the last time they go around brandishing the name of the ANC for this and that and their own activities. They must account. They must account for their actions. And the ANC has got nothing to do with their behavior and activities.
You know, the disappointing and thing for me, I don't know if I'm right about this, but like I've always have been disappointed when a party, guys, ANC it's a big party, right? You would expect that maybe because they've got, I don't want to say they've got money, but when they were still, you know, the ANC that we knew, they had money, okay, which I think they had resources for them to actually be able to make sure that there is no one in the party. I know that they cannot do it to everyone, but at least, you know, they could have maybe dealt with this thing inside the ANC than them waiting until maybe the government or somebody somewhere from outside just like Mr. Mkwana's, because this whole thing that is happening now, it is because of one man. I don't know if Mkwanazi is a member of the ANC, which I don't think is a general, which I don't think is a member, I don't know, but I don't think he's a member, okay? Now, every time there must be somebody coming outside to expose something that is in your party. It's so disappointing. I don't want to lie to you. I don't know how do they do it. I don't know how do they don't see these things, unless maybe because what is coming in my mind right now is, that is why I always say to you guys, these things of friend, comrade, my friend, when you are doing wrong, you are still my friend, then we protect you, and then whatever. This is what you get, okay? That's why I believe that in any party, it is unfortunate also that the ANC was the only party that was in a majority. Obviously, after 1994, every person saw an opportunity to do whatever that they wanted, which is to make sure that they push themselves, they enrich themselves and everything. And unfortunately, the ANC, because it was still nice, people loved the ANC, people supported it. We all did, we voted for it because Mandela and all of that, okay? Unfortunately, they forgot that they should have, That's why I'm saying I'm disappointed that every time when something is supposed to be exposed, now it has to come from someone from outside and exposing what they could have maybe dealt with themselves, or could have arrested it themselves, or could have been aware of, themselves. Just like what Mr. Mbalula says, that there are also many people like that, like Makala and everything. But I'm asking myself, why are you guys dealing with these people? Now you wait until somebody Anyway, it's okay, guys. Let me know.
And let every member of the ANC learn from this ordeal that be alert, be on the lookout of comrade Tsotsis. Even during the days of struggle, we had Tsotsis. We were involved in the struggle. We went to jail. We were tortured by the Boers. There were others who were thugs, looting, doing everything in the townships in the name of the struggle. And then we said, no, not in our name. Oliver Tambo from Lusaka said those activities carried out are activities of Tsotsis, rebel arousers. Those are activities of agent provocateurs. Even in this struggle today, you have agent provocateurs who are planted in our movement en masse to infiltrate and hijack the ANC. And we see them, these Tsotsis, wearing our colors, masquerading as the best of the best among us, and yet their activities are what are now come to be seen for what they are in commissions like Madlala. There can never be an ANC member and a leader who can have proud association with criminal elements like that. And some of our leaders get to associate with these criminals unknowingly. But today, it's a lesson for everyone. And the ANC is not going to keep quiet and stand back and allow its name to be dragged by criminals. There are many who do such activities in the name of Minister so and so. And yet, they are perpetrating criminal activities. And even that minister doesn't even know that his name or her name is being brandished in corners of criminality, in the dark corners of criminality, in the corners of cartels in our country. It calls for vigilance. When we say revolutionaries in the revolutionary process must be vigilant, today vigilance means the enemy is not something you can see. The enemy is elements like this. Vigilance means be alive to the effect that who are you associating with and what are their intentions? Who are they, these people, who are doing these things? Now we see them. We see them, and they are coming to light. Notwithstanding their rights in terms of our constitution, that the things that they are implicated in, they will stand and defend themselves, whatever is the case, explain themselves. But the ANC, explaining or not explaining, can never have members who masquerade and do such things, who do such things in the name of the ANC. And we know there are activities all over, and even in our country. So I am saying, be alert to Tsotsis and agent provocateurs who have infiltrated our organization for quite some time. And this is the moment and the time of renewal that they must perish in the system of our movement. When it comes,
I hope you guys will do it yourself. That means you will make sure that you take them out from your party. You know, I would have loved if this drama thing that is happening, it came from the ANC, meaning the experience that we have now with all the exposure and everything, it was happening in the ANC. That means, I don't know how it will be done, but I don't know how to put it, but all I'm saying is, you see this thing of Madlanga, commission, whatever, all that drama there, like all that things that are being exposed, I wish that they could be exposed in the ANC, like, you see? Them having like having this whole thing that is happening there in the ANC. I'm not saying the commission happening in the ANC. No, I mean their own processes there, like exposing people and whatever. And just Gube, I don't know how to put this, you know, but I wish that can happen. You know, maybe they are trusting that. But anyway, it's okay because people are getting exposed. But the problem is, as he says, there are still many, and you will not know which ones. Okay, and he makes a point also about the ministers to say these people, they do whatever, they are takat, they are tsotsi things there, and the ministers, they don't know. Okay, I can partially agree with him because sometimes it does happen that you get into a portfolio where you think you trust the person and then boom, the next thing you see some things happening there and everything. But some ministers, they know what they are doing. Because guys, whether you like it or not, in as much as these ministers, they are working for South Africa, they are working in the government, they are thinking about, hey, how are we going to serve the people? At the end of the day, somewhere in the back of their minds, they are also thinking about their families. They are growing up and they are becoming older. They are thinking about their kids, their children. What must I do for my children? And then you end up finding things like that, things that are happening now with Ramaphosa, allegedly with that thing of the tender thing of whatever. Is it a nephew? What? Yeah, things like that, you know? Unfortunately, that's what we are dealing with.
Lifestyle audit. We have committed as the ANC and taken a decision that we must undertake lifestyle audits. But lifestyle audits must be done by credible institutions. And this matter now is seized with the working committee to do that. To do that. At the level of government, the executive must lead from the front, including in the SOEs, including as well as in the public service. It must start first with us, the lifestyle audit. The life we live and all of that. And that is going to be undertaken in terms of the ANC. It must be credible. It must be informed by the prescripts of the law so that it does not degenerate to which hand. And it must not be selective. It will apply to everybody across all levels of the organization. Now, though for those who are in government and those who are outside government, Flotilla, we are in solidarity with Mandla Mandela and all others. And as the African National Congress, we joined thousands and thousands, led by our Deputy Secretary General, Nomvula Mkonyane, in Cape Town, in solidarity for the self-determination of the people of Palestine. And we are not going to stop in that. And our government must do everything in their power to support those South Africans, including Mandla Mandela, who are on this mission, which in our view, it's a mission of peace. Citizens of different countries and citizens of the globe who are unarmed and transporting goodwill and humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. And our president represented as well at the United Nations General Assembly. And we will have seen as South Africa in this solidarity. We are not alone. But South Africa must be among the leading nations in condemning the genocide and Israeli apartheid. It cannot be that a state insists on annihilating another nation. It cannot be, and therefore that thing does not signify injustice. And we have seen communities and countries in the world standing up for the freedom of the Palestinian people. And this is who we are as South Africa. For us to be free, actions had to be undertaken. Apartheid had to be isolated. The state of Israel, brutal state of Israel, must be taken on by all peace-loving people. We don't want the demise of Israel as a state. We want the freedom of Palestine living side by side with Israel. But what Netanyahu is advocating for, which is evil, is to eradicate a state of people who have got the right to have their own state, control their own affairs, have their own culture, living side by side and at peace. And that is what will guarantee peace in the Middle East. And that's what we are about. Not that people must be displaced, children and everyone else. And therefore, we say that is peace. It cannot be peace. Self-determination means freedom of others. And that's what is important to us as the African National Congress in this struggle for peace. And we support and will continue to call on Israel to step back and allow flotilla to pass and release those who have been intercepted, who now it is reported that they have been kidnapped in this particular mission. That includes Mandla Mandela. ENCA, Brian Mokhodzi, I've answered that question. If he's a member, or whoever is a member like Matala, because you can join ANC and it is discovered at a later stage that you are a person of this kind. The things that are reported about these people, you know, they will make your blood to run in terms of the activities that are reported. But the state is doing its work, and I will leave it to the state to accomplish that work and deal with these individuals. ANC implicated in the commission. The ANC is not implicated in the commission. Individuals who are given a responsibility in government to become ministers are implicated, not the ANC. Individuals who happen to be ministers are implicated. Whether that it is true or not, it is for them in the roles they occupied. Yes, of course.
That is confusing. Okay, that is confusing, but it's confusing but not confusing, right? I don't know whether I'm saying it right. Confusing but not confusing. The ANC is not implicated. What is implicated is ministers, right? And ministers which happens to be ANC members. And ANC, it cannot be ANC without the members. Or ANC cannot be ANC without people becoming members. So in other words, ANC is ANC because there are members. So ANC is not implicated. It's ministers who are implicated, who happen to be members of the ANC. So the ANC is not implicated. So I guess Mr. Mbalula is waiting for the commission to say, or for anyone to come and say the ANC is being implicated. But unfortunately, that will never happen because the ANC is the people, or the ANC is the people who are members. You get my point? So if members of the ANC can all say, we are removing our membership, all of them, there's no ANC. There's only going to be a name. Even Mbalula, everyone, the top six, they say we resign, we remove our membership. There's no one in the office. The office is sitting there. One, they will close the office. Two, they will give it to someone, or they will do whatever with the office and demolish if they demolish, because the ANC is the ANC because of the people. It cannot be that now, because things are bad, then the ANC is not implicated. For the fact that you guys who are in the ANC, which is the top six, maybe you are not implicated, and then it means the ANC is not implicated. They are members. That's why I was saying that's why I was saying in the beginning, guys, this is my opinion. That's why I was saying in the beginning, I wish that the ANC could be the one who are dealing with these things inside, instead of waiting for the government to deal with it, okay? And not even with the government, by somebody who's going to be bold enough, risking their life, to come out and expose what they should have exposed as the ANC. Unfortunately, it seems like in the ANC there's no one who has that thing of saying, I'm going to expose it. Anyway, all I'm saying is I don't know whether it makes sense, okay, to say the ANC is not implicated, but the people, I don't know. But it doesn't make any sense
Employed by the ANC.
Exactly. Wait, who are employed by the ANC. Exactly my point. They are appointed by the ANC. That means the ANC sat down. They thought, okay, you are going to have so and so to be the minister. That is the ANC. And that decision is not made by the logo. It's not made by the office. It's made by people. The ANC is the people. The ones who make decisions to choose this guy is the people. And if the person who does what it does wrong, actually, they do wrong, unfortunately, it's going to reflect on you. And that's why people, they say the ANC is implicated. It's because of the people that appointed by you. That's why you have to be careful who you appoint. That's why the ANC must stop appointing people because they love his friends, love, nice. You have to appoint because a person is capable. You have to even this thing of lifestyle audits must happen before a person becomes a minister. You put them through it thoroughly, so, and it is done by people who don't know that person thoroughly, so that when he enters there clean. Okay, that's all I'm saying, guys. All right, these things, I'm not saying but politics is not easy. Just like what Mr. Kenny Gunen said, it's not easy, guys. Politics is not easy. Okay, but I think sometimes the politicians, I think they miss the point, or they miss the mark sometimes, and they end up only thinking about themselves, and they think maybe they are invincible, nothing will happen, you know what that's the problem. That's why now, as a secretary general or a spokesperson, you have to now speak things that you don't even know how to respond to them. That's why you can hear Mr. Mbalula representing the ANC, which I understand is a secretary general of the ANC. He has to speak like this because he's defending the ANC. The ANC is not implicated. But unfortunately, my argument is the ANC is the people. The one people that were appointed by your president was part of it. I don't know whether when you appoint, you sit down with your president. And if you sit down, that's the ANC.
To those allegations. And the commission is a perfect platform, not a kangaroo court. It's a perfect platform for themselves to answer. If the commission comes to conclusions that affect these individuals, the ANC will have to act. You are correct. The Zondo Commission came and passed, and therefore the question lingers on. What does the ANC say about those who were implicated in the Zondo Commission? Is our resolution sufficient to deal with matters that even affect people in commissions? Because our resolution says you step aside when you are arrested and so on. But our resolution doesn't say what happens to you when you are implicated in terms of ethics and so on, and that is left to the Integrity Commission. So the Integrity Commission dealt with the matters, as you would have known, which affected individuals in terms of matters of integrity. Some of the people who appeared in the Zondo Commission, most of them are not even members of the ANC anymore. Others, you would have seen them. They are in the famous party next door, and they are in parliament, who have been implicated and have been arrested. If they were in the ANC, they will not be in our role at the present moment. Those who are arrested and so on. So the law enforcement must do its work, and that's it. But if you are in the ANC, you are affected and you are arrested because of the Zondo Commission, you will step aside. That's what will actually happen. So some members of the ANC have taken the outcome of the Zondo Commission on review. We don't have answers on the side of the law, even where the commission have said that they must be prosecuted. And that process is grinding. It's happening. Because prosecution can't be malicious. Work must be undertaken to prosecute anybody. Otherwise, you become a Hollywood and under pressure, succumbing to pressure groups. You take people to court, and then you can prosecute them. because you don't have a case against them. So successful convictions are important in this particular instance to deal with matters. But
all right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I don't know what do you think about that. First of all, guys, I must say that me as a what on the what is the word, as a I forgot the term. Anyway, I appreciate Mr. Mbalula in terms of answering questions, even those are sometimes, he would answer questions in another way, which maybe a person might not agree with, but at the end of the day, that is his response. I really appreciate what he does, which is to make sure that he's always there, available, even if the seat is hot, he's always there answering questions. It's difficult for him, I can promise you that. Answering questions, he's there defending the ANC, and all of that. So I don't know what do you think about that, and you can put it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good day. I hope you liked the video already and you have subscribed, and I appreciate all of you guys who have done that. Let's go with that.